Welcome back. I think it's time for some women in sports. Last week, we told you that Caitlin Clark was named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. She is the first ever WNBA player to receive this honor. But check out just how much money she's generated for the W this year. So the Indy Star, a newspaper in Indianapolis, asked a renowned financial expert who specializes in valuation to crunch the numbers on Caitlin Clark, and he was shocked by the results. By Dr. Ryan Brewer's calculations, Clark is responsible for 26.5% of all WNBA activity this season. That is attendance, merch sales, and TV viewers. And he found that 1 of every 6 tickets sold at WNBA arenas this year can be attributed to Clark. Those are mind-boggling numbers. TV viewership and attendance for Fever games were at all-time highs. And when you know all of that, this graphic doesn't look very surprising. Basketball Reference, which tracks the sport's stats and history, found that in 2024, Clark was the most viewed WNBA player on their website in every single state. Oh, and in every single Canadian province as well. But going back to Dr. Brewer, here is the really wild part of these Clarkonomics. He calculates she had a $36 million impact on the city of Indianapolis this year alone. That's just one player for 1 year. But after all of that, Clark was only paid $76,000 for her rookie year. That's just a fraction of what she generated. And in the NBA, her rookie counterpart got nearly $14 million for his first-year salary. It's renewing questions about the W's pay caps, and it's a fight that players, coaches, and insiders have been trying to make for years. Well, last week, we also told you that Caitlin's Iowa counterpart, Kate Martin, has been moved to the league's newest team, the Golden State Valkyries, and now I can show you what her new jersey is going to look like. These are the new threads for the Valkyries. Team colors are purple and black and sticks with the team's theme of a modern warrior woman. This is the league's first expansion team since 2008. And speaking of expansion teams, the league's first Canadian team now has a name. The Toronto Tempo will be the W's 14th team and will start playing in 2026. And then, in case you didn't hear, the league also wants to add 2 more teams by 2028. But if Canadian fans just can't wait for 2026, they're in luck. The W just announced it will host its first international regular season game this summer in Vancouver when the Seattle Storm take on the Atlanta Dream. But for now, we have to talk about some volleyball. The NCAA Final Four takes the floor this Thursday, and it features a familiar face. But first, all 4 number 1 seeds advanced to this year's Final Four. That is Penn State, Pitt, Louisville, and Nebraska, which means last year's champs, Texas, are out. Both matches will be shown on ESPN this Thursday, and then the national championship will be this Sunday at 2 p.m. right here on WQAD. Now, no woman head coach has ever won this D1 tournament, but this year, there's a chance. Both Louisville and Penn State are coached by women. That's Danny Busboom Kelly and Katie Schumacher-Cawley. But around here, all eyes are going to be on Nebraska and their star player from Sterling, Illinois. Senior Lexi Rodriguez is the team's libero and, according to some analysts, the best college volleyball player in the country. To make it to the Final Four, she had 17 digs and 6 assists in the Cornhuskers' win over Wisconsin. In fact, she's just 9 digs shy of Nebraska's all-time record, and just a few hours ago, she was named a finalist for the National Player of the Year. And now it's time for our weekly reminder that everyone watches women's sports. ESPN says this year's NCAA regular volleyball season was the most watched ever. Average viewership was up 21% from last year, with about 140,000 viewers per game. And also, don't forget, you have until tomorrow at noon to vote for this week's Score Standout on WQAD.com. 2 ladies made this week's list: Lauren Walker of Central DeWitt and Cameron Brown of Orion, both dominant basketball players.